The Emirates NBA Cup is here. You can win big getting in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. All 30 teams split into 6 groups every Tuesday and Friday, playing for the right to advance into a single elimination in-season tournament, culminating in the NBA Cup Championship in Las Vegas. First time, here's something special for you. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook. Every point counts. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code MONEYMOVES. That's code MONEYMOVE for new customers to get $150 in bonus bet if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. What better way to end week 17 than with an overtime game? The Washington Commanders make the playoffs for the first time since 2020 with a thrilling 30-24 victory in overtime. They walk it off in overtime against the Atlanta Falcons. Thank you guys for joining us again. Y'all know me. I'm your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe. That guy, Liberty City legend, Bengals Ring of Fame honoree, Pro Bowler, the All-Pro, that's Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that like button and go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. Thank you guys for staying around with us. We were here late last night and you're back with us again. So we appreciate your support and your continued support. Thank you very much. Make sure you check out Shea by Laportier. We have it in stock. The holidays are almost over, but what better way to celebrate the holidays and go into a new year than with a bottle of Shea by Laportier. And if you cannot find a bottle in a state or a city near you, order it and we'll get it to you because it's never too late to celebrate. Please drink responsibly. Please go follow my media company on all of its platforms. That's Shea Media. And my clothing company, 84. We did this t-shirt with 84 being spelled out. Our newest release just dropped last month. You got t-shirts, sweats, as well as stocking stuffers such as beanies, koozies, and mugs. Quantities are limited, so please make sure you grab yours while supplies last. Everyone hopefully has received their orders by now. They started going out as early as Friday of the previous week, Monday, Tuesday, holiday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So hopefully everyone has received their merchandise. Let us know what you think about what you ordered, and hopefully it's to your specifications and your liking. Tickets for the Super Bowl show in New Orleans, our first spring tour stop, are on sale now. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. February 6th in New Orleans. Be there. I promise you, you don't want to miss this one. We've been nominated for 2 Sports Podcast Awards, Best American Football Podcast, and Best Sports Comedy Podcast. Make sure you cast your vote for us. The link is in the chat, pinned on our social pages and in all our social bios. Ocho, as I mentioned earlier, the Commanders defeat the Falcons in overtime. They walk it off 30-24. Jayden Daniels, 24 of 36, 227, the game-winning touchdown to Zach Ertz, 1 interception, and he passed RG3 for the most rushing yards in a season by a rookie, and he broke the rookie record held by RG3 for that very said team. Yeah. Jayden Daniels has 16 rushes, a $127, 24 of 36, 227, and 3 touchdowns, as he was great when he really needed to be, and he was great in that last drive and that first drive of OT. They got the ball, and they never gave it back to the Falcons. So they're headed to the playoffs. Ocho, what did you like about what you saw from the Commanders and Jayden Daniels, the quarterback?
Listen, not only Jayden Daniels, I want to give Michael Penix Jr. some love too. I want to give him some love too, because there was a series towards the end of the game in which he had to get it done. He had to take a team down there to give them an opportunity to tie that game to even get into overtime. So the fact that he was able to do that, now he did miss some throws. He did miss some throws on that drive, but they still were able to overcome those missed throws. He played a good game. I think he is the future. He is the future of that franchise over there in Atlanta. So boom, now to that young bull from LSU. Matter of fact, let's talk about that young bull who's the rookie of the year. Some people might say Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers, he had a great season. But the rookie of the year is
Brock
Jayden
Bowers
Daniels.
with that team, they won 4 games.
Hey, listen, Jayden Daniels was effing phenomenal. Despite the pick, they were able to overcome that and do what they need to do. That last series, ice in his veins,
Yeah.
Ice in his veins, throwing the ball, threading the needle, using his legs when he needed to. Dog, it was a good game. It was a good game from start to finish. And again, I just told you this last night. I don't know what it is about the end of games. No matter who's playing, for some reason, it always comes down to the team, whoever has the ball last.
Yeah.
It happened with the Bengals. We just saw it last night. It happened again tonight.
Well, actually, you guys had the ball first, and y'all missed the field goal. Remember, you dunked the field goal. So you got
right. You're right. Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
You dunked the field goal. I don't even know if this game should have went to overtime because Jayden Daniels threw the ball right through, and Zacchaeus let the ball go right off his shoulder pad. The ball hit him in his face.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if we should have even went to overtime. And second of all, I'm trying to figure out when they got the ball and Atlanta at the end of the game, why wouldn't they had 2 timeouts? Why would they let that kind of time run off the clock and not burn one of them?
I have a question, I have a question. As a head coach, Raheem Morris, right? As a head coach, do you have a spotter or do you have somebody in your ear that can help you with clock management? Is there anybody, or is everything just
there definitely there's normally somebody up there that's helping you with the call as far as like throw the red flag. You should challenge that. That was a catch. That wasn't a catch. Right. That was a fumble. That was this. That was that. But I'm sure, Ocho, you're looking, he's looking at the clock. Okay, they caught the ball. He didn't get out of bounds. Use a timeout. You have 2. Why would you let that kind of time? Because now you speed your quarterback up, and you don't need
quarterback up. Yeah, exactly.
I said the same thing about Minnesota earlier. They had 3 timeouts. Right. It wouldn't burn in of them. Mm-hmm. They don't roll. They don't carry over. It's not like if you get to the end of the year and you have a surplus of timeouts, you get to use them all in that game. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
You get a new set to start the half. I was confused by what Minnesota did. I was equally confused by what the Atlanta Falcons did. Because I'm like, bro, you have 2 timeouts. Take one of them. Right. It just didn't make any sense for me. I agree with you, Ocho. I thought Penix played well given the circumstances. I was surprised that they didn't run Bijan Robinson a little bit more in the second half because he had it going in the first half. Yeah. I mean, he ended up with 17 carries for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. But if I'm not mistaken, I think he had those 2 touchdowns. Might have had those in the first half. But I was surprised that they didn't run him a little more. Penix missed some throws early in the game. I think he was probably a little juiced. Ocho, I'm excited. Yeah. I'm starting. I'm on the road. There's a lot at stake here. But give him credit. He's gonna be a good player for the Falcons. I like the skill position player, Drake London. He normally shows up. Mooney, Kyle Pitts. He had 5 targets, 4 catches, 44 yards and a touchdown. A great touchdown to get the game to overtime. Go ahead.
Can I say something, please? For those of you in the chat, if you watch Kyle Pitts play when he was at Florida, understanding how special of a talent he is, how much of a mismatch or advantage that the Falcons have having a player like that can not only line up at tight end. I call him a hybrid. I don't see him as much as a blocker. I call him a hybrid. He can play tight end. He can play receiver. He can line up. He can line up in the slot at the number 2, or he can take his ass out wide, and create a mismatch for you. I don't understand why the Falcons don't use Kyle Pitts to his strengths and what he can do from an offensive standpoint. For the life of me, I don't understand how he has a rookie year that he has, and he comes back despite his injury, despite the injury that he had. He was able to come back. He's still not being utilized the right way. And I just had to get that out there because the way they're using him and knowing what he can do and what I've seen from him before and knowing the talent that he has and how he can help that offense and make the quarterback job a little easier. Yeah. He can make the job a little easier, but they just don't use him. I don't understand what is going on over there. But other than that, go ahead. You can take it from me. I just had to add that tidbit, man. I don't understand.
The tight end Zach Ertz stepped up big today. He had 7 targets, 6 catches, 72 yards, 2 touchdowns. Zacchaeus had a touchdown, 8 catches, 85 yards on 9 targets. McLaurin, they couldn't get him going. They gave him 7 targets. He only had 1 catch for 5 yards. Everything was, they did a great job. Obviously, they put AJ Terrell on him. You see what they did?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to say, hey, we'll run him. And that's what you have to do sometimes. It's okay. Right. Hey, take him. I would have been opposed to him putting Terrell on his second best receiver and then running coverage towards McLaurin. Now, the problem that you have is that you got a tight end that's feasting. Now you got to pay some attention to him. You got Jesse Bates the third, and that's what you got him there for. He's supposed to be the guy that somewhat neutralize the tight end. But Ertz had some big catches today, big touchdown catches. We know he went to the Pro Bowl a couple years in Philly, but then they got Dallas Goedert and Cal Katera, and they were just like, okay, we're just going to move on because it doesn't make sense for us to have. And then he went to Arizona, and then they get Trey McBride, and it's like, okay, it's time for you to move on here. So, but I thought he played really, really well today. But Washington looked really good. They're 11-5 with a chance to get to 12-5, playing the Cowboys at home. Oh, excuse me. Playing the Cowboys in Jerry World on the road. It'll be interesting to see because the Cowboys, we'll talk about that a little later, they quit today. Philly made them give it up. There ain't no way around it. But you see, we talked about this last week. You see the difference between when you don't have expectations and when you win a couple of games and now people expect you to go out there and compete, because Jerry was very, very happy that Mike McCarthy got these guys ready to compete and to play hard. And the moment Philly started leaning on them, they laid it down. They laid it down. Yeah. Because, they got a couple a little cheap late in the game, but Philly opened up a can on them. And Saquon did what Saquon was supposed to do. But I'm excited for the Washington football team. They got that stench, which is Daniel Snyder, out of there. They've done a great job of drafting. They got the quarterback. They had nice pieces in place, but they got a quarterback. They brought an offensive coordinator in that's good at handling young quarterbacks, putting and having an offense that's very quarterback friendly, that utilizes what that quarterback does. Remember Kyler Murray? Kyler Murray did a lot of what we see Jayden Daniels did doing this season. And Kyler Murray was Rookie of the Year. So I don't think anybody's surprised by that. I think what you call him? I don't think Kyler and them made the playoffs his rookie season. I think they made it his second season. But Jayden Daniels, 16 carries, $127, 24-36, 227, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and the game-winning touchdown in overtime to Zach Ertz as they walk it off and they win 30-24 and they make the playoffs for the first time since 2020. Ocho, the Vikings defeated the Packers 27-25. Sam Darnold had a career day, 377 yards. Vikings give themselves a chance to secure the number 1 seed. All they have to do is beat the Detroit Lions next week. They've won their past 9 games in a row. Their only losses this season, 2-point at home to the Lions and a 10-point loss on the road at Los Angeles. No, was that game? They lost to the Rams. I don't know if it was in Los Angeles. But Sam Darnold was sensational today again. 33 of 43, 377, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He was sacked 1 time. They didn't run the ball really well, so they basically had to put the ball in his hands and say, bro, you got to deliver us. And he absolutely did that. Justin Jefferson was 8 for 92. Naylor was 5 for 81 on the touchdown. Addison was 6 for 69 on the touchdown. Cam Akers caught a touchdown. But the Minnesota Vikings, think about it. You got Minnesota at 14-2. What's it comes at 14 is what, 13-2? 13-2. Detroit, they play tomorrow night, Ocho. They got the 49ers on the road tomorrow night.
49ers.
So you might, for all the marbles, you might have a 14-2 Minnesota taking on a 14-2 Detroit.
Detroit Lions.
With all the marbles on the table.
Everything on the table. That's gonna be a really good game. That's gonna be a really good game. And outside of that game, obviously, that we get next week. This Vikings Packers game was really good. Oh yeah, and the NFL, Ocho, not to cut you off, the NFL released the schedule.
Cincinnati and the Steelers are Saturday night. Detroit and Minnesota is Sunday night. So primetime action with a lot riding on it. That's what you want to have happen. The NFL did one of the best things they've done with the scheduling. So look, Buffalo might probably not go play anybody. Ocho, they've secured the number 2 seed. Kansas City's made it abundantly clear they're not playing anybody. They're the number 1 seed. So they're going to make sure their guys are healthy. So guess what? You don't play this week. We got a bye week. So you give a guy like a Chris Jones. You get guys that have some bumps and bruises. Now you give Patrick Mahomes 2 weeks to get that ankle as healthy as it's going to be. You get Hollywood Brown an opportunity to get some more running and get that shoulder. Yeah. So, but this was really good. Minnesota looked good. Minnesota looked good. There could be a scenario. Who Green Bay played? Green Bay played Chicago, right? Last game of the season, because everybody played division games. Last game of the season. Yes, at home. So think about it. Green Bay could be 12-5. Minnesota could be 14-3 or 15-2. Detroit could be 14-3, 15-2, and they're all in the same division.
Oh yeah, that's crazy how the NFC dominated the way it did and looked the way it did this goddamn season. They've been playing some goddamn good football. That goddamn Sam Darnold boy.
Player.
Hey, Sam Darnold was cooking today. You hear me, Unc? Now, you're not listening to me. Sam Darnold was cooking today. Remember when Oprah was giving out cars on that one show? You get a car, you get a car. Man, Sam Darnold told the receivers, Addison, Naylor, and goddamn Jefferson, you get a ball, you get a ball.
Let me get some of that too now.
Man, Hawkinson, listen, they weren't able to listen. The goddamn Packers did a good job stopping the run. They did a good job stopping the run, and goddamn, I'm about to forget his name. Damn, Sam Darnold had to put the team on his back and he did just that. He did just that. So listen, I'm excited for him. I don't know what it's gonna be like when they play them goddamn Lions, because the Lions are depleted when it comes to from a defensive side of the ball. Hell, they might put up motherfucking 50 points apiece. They might put up 50 points apiece. I'm so excited right now. I'm talking so goddamn fast. I can't even get out what I really want to goddamn say. You heard what Jair Alexander said after the game?
No, what did he say?
Jair Alexander told reporters post-game that he played against the Packers. I mean, if he played the Packers, they would have beaten the Vikings if he had played in the game.
Let's see. The Packers will finish with a losing record in the division. The only NFC North win came against Chicago. Okay, the Packers are combined 0-5 against the top 3 teams in the NFC: the Eagles, the Lions, and the Vikings. Hell, look at those records.
Yeah.
I mean, the Eagles have lost only 3 games, so they're 13-3.
Right.
The Lions have lost only 2 games. Minnesota's lost only 2 games. So it ain't no shame in losing them.
Right.
Jair Alexander told the Post after the game, had he played against Green Bay, would have beaten the Vikings. Yeah, Minnesota's extremely lucky. I was injured, man. If I'm playing, we beat them by 2 scores. And I'm not hit, and I'm hitting the gritty twice at minimum. Lucky. That's all.
Listen, I like his confidence. I really like his confidence. Listen, Jair is one of the better corners in the league who hasn't really been able to be out there due to injury. I think it's something wrong with his knee. Anytime him and Justin Jefferson do match up, it's always a show. Sometimes he loses, sometimes he wins. But the fact that he goes out there and competes against one of the better receivers in the NFL is a really, really good thing. And it's always entertaining and it's always fun. Never malicious. It's never malicious. It's not like when you get a Lattimore and Mike Evans. And just 2 fellas out there that respect each other and they're going to go to work. And I like what he's saying, but I don't think even if he
I don't think they beat him by 2 scores. You only lost by 2 points, but you can only guard 1 guy. So if you take Jetta, who's going to deal with Addison?
Right. And obviously the people that had to deal with Addison had to deal with Naylor. I mean, they couldn't stop him either. So either way it go, you can only do so much as one player. But I love his confidence. He's always been that way, and he's always been very brash and had that bravado and moxie. I like that word, moxie. I use it every chance I get.
Justin Jefferson.
My bad. You heard me? I just saw what you sent me. My bad. I'm too excited. That's what happens when I get excited. My bad, baby.
Yeah. Justin Jefferson put his jewels with the other family jewels. Justin Jefferson shoved his $1 million chain into his crotch after the chain fell off in the middle of a play.
I like that.
Hey, Ocho, man, look here. I know I like having a little jury, but I don't know. I draw the line. I mean, I don't know about no $1 million.
Nah, listen. Did he say it was $1 million, or did we just put a price point on what it is?
Twitter put a. I mean, looking at the jury that he wears, he probably got somewhere between 150 and $250,000 on though.
Yeah. But I mean, $1 million is a
and
bit
plus
much,
he got what he got in his mouth.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Jetta got style. Jetta got style. That's the way he played. He always got them diamonds in his mouth. Chase with the diamond grill as well.
Lamar got one too.
LSU. Oh yeah, Lamar.
But Florida started the grill. Florida used to have all the gold grill. Florida was all
the mouth of the gold. Yeah, way back. Yeah, I remember them days, man. You remember I had a mouthful too, huh? Yeah, man.
But it was a very good game. The guys, like you said, the guys are stylish out there. I mean, it's hard to find somebody playing a skill position that don't have on jewelry.
Right.
I mean, they got. I mean, some guys have on bracelets. Have on bracelets. Some guys have on chains. Yeah. Obviously, you mentioned Ocho. You mentioned the grills, but that's where we're headed now. I remember when I first and a lot of the guys that are married having the rubber the wedding bands on. Like, bro.
Yeah, the rubber ones. Yeah.
I guess y'all want everybody to know y'all married. But it was a good game. It was a good game. I mean, this is what you expect. Two division rivals, Ocho. They're very close. I mean, one was 11-4 heading into the game. The other was 13-2 heading into the game. So you expected a close. I mean, look, it got close, but the score says 27-25, but Minnesota got the ball. It was I thought Minnesota, once they got control, once he got cooking, half that second quarter and into the third, just goes to show you. Carolina had Sam Darnold and they had Baker Mayfield. I don't know if y'all know, but Baker Mayfield got like 4 or 5 games where he's thrown 4 touchdowns this year. Now, he threw 5 today with over 300 yards.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold threw 3 today. He's thrown 35 touchdowns, which is the third most for a Viking. So so clearly these guys can play given the right sort of circumstances. Now look, they were devoid of talent. They didn't have this level of talent in Carolina. So you have to take I'm not saying that it's all Carolina fault, but Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, you look at what they got in Tampa now, even though Chris Godwin is going down, they still have quality receivers and they have a nice running game. You look at obviously look at what Sam Darnold's throwing to. He got Aaron Jones in his backfield. He got Hawkinson, who's been a Pro Bowl player. He's got Jetta. He's got Addison. He's got Naylor. I mean, look, he's got guys that he can throw the ball to. But it just goes to show you, I don't care. Without talent around you, now you got some guys now, guys like a Mahomes or guys like some guys can elevate like Brady. They used to elevate, elevate. Not if you're in the league, you're good, but everybody is not going to be a Jetta. Everybody's not going to be Randy Moss, T.O., and so forth and so on. But what a great quarterback like a Mahomes, he can elevate those guys' play. When you're not that level of player, you need guys to elevate your play. And that's what the great skill position players around you are able to do. Baker Mayfield has been better since he got to Tampa than even when he was in Cleveland because he got more talent around him. Sam Darnold was never going to be this good in the Jets and at Carolina because he didn't have this level of talent around him. And so if you go out and sign a Sam Darnold, look at what you have. Do you have the roster that's equipped to help continue to elevate him? Because if you don't, he's not Mahomes, he's not Burrow, he's not Lamar, he's not Josh Allen. That's not what he is. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you because he's having an outstanding year. I'll give credit where credit's due. But I don't look at him as a guy that's a multiplier. That no matter who you put out there, Ocho, he's going to make him times 2. That's not what that's Lamar. That's reserved for the top 4 or 5 quarterbacks in the league. That's not for him.
And you know what I call those? I call those tier 1 quarterbacks. tier one quarterbacks are your elites that regardless of what you put around them, they always gonna get the job done. They always get the job done. Then you have your tier two quarterbacks. Your tier two quarterbacks, sometimes they need a little help. Now they're good, but they're not great. Now you put some good receivers around them, like the Buccaneers. You got your Mike Evans.
But they can have a game where they can have a game or two where they are great. But more times than not, you need to have that hedge around them to support them.
You go around them, and you get what you get.
Yep. What we got here? Oh, the Eagles clinched the NFC East. So we've gone like 21 straight years without having a back-to-back NFC East champ. So the last time we had a back-to-back NFC East champ was 2003, 2004 was the Eagles, correct? But let me go ahead and continue reading. Saquon Barkley hit the magic number, 2K. He's at 2K5. 1 game to go against the Giants, the team that didn't want me, the team that says I couldn't help them win no game. I'm trying to work for 205. I'm trying to get 2205. Leave no doubt. Now, hey, y'all put me back in the MVP conversation. Me personally, I think it's a 2-horse race between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. It'll be interesting. So what's the odds now as far as Lamar and Josh Allen? Is Josh still favored?
You know what? And I got a question for you when you get that answer.
Damn, it grew. Because remember, it was just minus 160 last week. We'll see. Ocho.
You heard me? I had a question for you before you even start. How many yards is, I know he's at 2,000. How many yards?
He needs 101 yards.
So here we go. Now we talk about the MVP race. Obviously, it's a 2-man race, a 2-horse race, actually. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. What happened, despite what Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson have done this season, if Saquon goes out there and gets 102 yards and he breaks everything as a record, what happens with the MVP race?
I still think it's between Josh and Lamar. I do believe that Saquon is going to be Offensive Player of the Year.
Okay. I mean, he's Offensive Player of the Year right now.
That's what I believe. I believe Ocho personally. I believe that's the award that he'll get. But when you look at Lamar. Lamar has 43 total touchdowns and 8 turnovers. Josh Allen has like 41 total touchdowns and 9 turnovers. So you see they're neck and neck. And then you got Joe Burrow. It'd have been very interesting had Joe Burrow had 5 or fewer losses. Now we got to have a real healthy conversation because we know what Joe B is. Joe B has a chance to go for 5,000. Yeah. 5,000. And it's going to be a very similar situation to Drew Brees when he had all those 5,000-yard seasons and he only came away. I mean, a lot of times he didn't get nothing. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see. Saquon surpassed 2,000 rushing yards. He's 101 yards away from breaking Eric Dickerson's record that was set in 1984, 2105. There will be temptations to let Saquon go for the record. I'm going for it, Ocho. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And listen, you know what I don't like, Unc? Especially when it comes to things like this. I hate internally, especially when it comes to records that are being broken, when it comes to players that have incentives in their contract. I've always heard about teams doing funny things. I've heard the stories. I'm sure you've heard the stories as well. They don't allow players to hit certain incentives. They'll take them out the game, or they don't give them the amount of carries or the amount of catches that they need to hit. I hope they don't play any type of games with Saquon. I know they're winning, and they might use the fact that they are winning, or we might pull you out the game to make sure you don't reach that incentive of breaking that record because we don't want you to get hurt. We want to say
I don't know if he got that, Ocho.
Weird, funny
you think
stuff,
he got? I know damn well I'm not putting that record. I'm not putting no record. Okay, if I break Megatron, if I'm a wide receiver, I break Megatron record. I get $1 million. But I ain't putting that in there.
No, I'm just saying if it ain't. I'm not saying. I was just using the incentive as an example of what some teams do sometimes. Players. I'm not saying it happened to me. Right. Oh, it happened to you?
I had $100,000 in my contract. I had 115 yards and 2 touchdowns at the half. I needed 5 yards to get 1,000, and then catch another ball, didn't get another target.
You see how they do it? Now that's why we're just saying. I hope they don't play that game with Saquon and trying to pull him out and not giving the rushes and the carries that he needs.
I'm getting that record. Hold on. And I just saw Jonathan Taylor go have like 18 carries for 125. Oh, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna say, look, now it's on y'all. Y'all can give me 25 carries and let me get this number at the half, and I set that down. But I'm not coming out till I get this record. You're too close. Everybody talking about, oh, Saquon not going. He ain't being selfish. He sacrificed. He blocked. He does everything that you ask him to be. He's been a model teammate. I don't know Saquon personally, but looking at his personality and the way he interacts, his teammates love him. They got him holding up in the locker room, in the offensive line. They doing things for him he never got when he was in the Giants. The Giants organization appreciates him more than he ever got appreciated in New York. Now, I'm not saying the fans, this is not a knock on y'all. I'm saying the organization. I'm saying the Mara. I'm saying the Tisches. I'm saying Sean, or who, the general manager, whoever. They never show Saquon what the Eagles organization has shown him. I'm not talking about the players, because I'm sure the players loved him. I'm just talking about from the ownership, front office. I'm going to stop it there. You see the way they embrace him, from Lurie to Howie Roseman, the offensive line, and he includes them in everything. I'm getting that damn record. That's that.
They gotta let him get it. I just know the game that they do play. You've experienced it before. I've heard the horror stories about it, and he's so close to it. I just hope they run the offense through him. I don't know the extent of the injury. I'm not sure what Kenny Pickett is going through, but they got to lean on him. They got to lean on Saquon next week, man. So I'm hoping he breaks that record. That'll be very exciting for him.
Do we know if he got it? It'll come out. We'll know if he has any incentive, if they were to win the division, if they win the NFC Championship. I mean, he wins the MVP. I'm sure he probably have a $500,000 bonus or $1 million bonus if he's Offensive Player of the Year. He's MVP. He's Super Bowl MVP. They make the Super Bowl. They win the NFC. They win the NFC East. I'm sure he has some incentives in there, but I'm getting that damn record. Damn, y'all. Excuse me. I'm too close, Ocho. I mean, the likelihood of you ever, I mean, there's. How much was it? He got $500K for reaching 2,000. 250 to win the NFC Championship.
Right.
250 to win the Super Bowl. What about MVP, Super Bowl MVP or MVP? Oh yeah, he about to get some. Oh yeah, he gonna be a unanimous pick for first team All Pro. That's $500,000. He got $2K. That's another $500,000. He make the Pro Bowl. That's $250. If he make the NFC Championship game, that's another $250. So he got an opportunity to get $2 million worth of incentives.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Man, we just turned the air on, man. Say. Hold on, my son just turned the air on, man. It's cold as hell. Hold
on. Kenny Pickett was 10 of 15, 143 yards, 1 touchdown. Tanner McKee came in through. He was 3 of 4, 54 yards, 2 touchdowns. As we mentioned, Saquon, they ran the ball 42 times for $179. You knew they were going to lean heavily on Saquon. You don't want to put your quarterback in harm's way. Cowboys can get up your quarterback a little bit. Although they did a great job of keeping him clean today. Saquon, 31 carries, $167, 42 rush attempts for the team, 179 yards, 1 touchdown. And that was a run by Kenny Pickett. Devontae Smith, 6 for $120. That's the way you bounce back, Devontae. That's the way you bounce back after what transpired. You can't get that back, but you can hey, y'all gonna put me back in that situation, and I promise y'all I won't let y'all down. AJ, 3 for 36 and a touchdown. AJ got excited, threw the ball up in the stands. What he didn't know, that was Tanner McKee's first touchdown. So he said, hey, let me get that back. I'll give you the jersey off my back if you let me get that ball back. So
that was dope. That was dope. That was a dope. That was a dope experience. It was a dope exchange. And I'm glad the guy in the stands was willing to give the ball back. I'd
rather have a damn jersey. You talking about that's the jersey? Oh, ain't no questioning. This jersey right off the man's back. Hell, y'all saw him on national right in the stadium.
Let me
take it up off him.
Yeah. Make sure you sign it.
He did. So absolutely. Absolutely. That was an unbelievable moment there. And the Cowboys, you know what? Because this serves the Cowboys right. Because for the longest time, Cooper Rush is better than Dak. Jerry could have saved that money that he paid Dak, gave 15, 20 million to Cooper Rush. Look here, bro. Compared to Cooper Rush, Dak is Patrick Mahomes. Compared to Cooper Rush. Now, y'all need to stop this, Cowboy fans. Cooper Rush was a free agent. He went back to the Cowboys, which I said was going to happen. He's a guy. He's a Jag. Just another guy. And that's not, I don't say that in a disrespectful, but that's okay. Because you got 1,500 guys in the NFL. Everybody is not great. There's room for everybody, but we've got to stop because we see guys have a few good games and talk about they're the second coming. No, he's not. He never was. He never will be.
They crowned him too early, huh? They crowned him too early?
Yes. But I want to know, I mean, I think they might give Mike McCarthy a contract extension because he had him playing hard. Remember last week? Jerry came out. He kept this team together. They keep battling. 41-7.
Yeah.
You see what happens with expectations? That's the killer of dreams. Expectations. See, when you have none, you go under the radar. You see, that's why I tell guys, when you see guys make All-Pro, make Pro Bowls every single year, those are the guys you keep an eye on. It's easy to make the Pro Bowl once. Yeah. It's easy to make an All-Pro team once. But now they got film. Now they know what you can do. Now they game plan to stop your ass. Now, can you go make it again? Can you make it again? Can you make it again?
Yeah. And that's the difficult part, because what makes players great, what makes players elite, what makes players high-paid, value players for their teams is when they know you good, when they game plan for you, and you do your job week in and week out at a consistent level, year in and year out. And it's so funny, when it comes to great players like the Mahomes and the Tom Brady's and
Mannings and the Ray Lewis's and all. Yes.
I don't think people understand how difficult it is to remain at the highest level you possibly can when the game plan to stop you.
Yeah,
it's what they do every week.
I mean, there's never been a game plan that wasn't built to stop Jerry Rice. There's never been a game plan that wasn't designed to block Lawrence Taylor or to block Ray Lewis or to stop this guy or stop that guy. And for 20 years, remember, Jerry had 1,000 yards at 40. There ain't no receivers playing past 35. He's 40.
Yeah.
Brady, after 2002, for the most part, every game plan, we got to stop 12. How do we stop 12? How do we stop 12? How do we stop 18? How do we stop 18? How do we get the guards up on Ray? How do we make sure we have accounted for? How do we block TJ Watt, Myles Garrett? And every single year, they kick your ass.
Yeah. And the funny thing about it, when it comes to 12 and 18 is so special. And we're not talking about skill set and just being gifted. We talk about they beat you here.
They outthink your ass.
They beat you here. So whatever you're doing defensively, they already had it. They already envisioned it in their head. No matter what you do, no matter what defense, no matter what disguises you run, whatever, no bluffing, all that doesn't even matter because they already know, because they done played it a million times in their head before they even run the play. I know what I'm going to see. I know what I'm getting based off film study.
You got to go to this, because guess what? Hey, you know what? Man, Ocho got in trouble. I know who you're going to call. Let me tap that person line. Right on cue. They go, Ocho. Didn't I tell you?
Yeah.
They already know what you're going to do. When they come out this formation, they know you check to it. So they got to check the count of yours. You beat them, you did a hell of a job. Normally you had to knock them on their ass because you're not going to outthink them. You got to put your helmet up under the chin. But congratulations, Eagles. They get it done without Jalen Hurts. Hopefully, we'll see. They're still fighting. There's an outside chance they can get the number 2 seed, but in all likelihood, it's probably going to be. It'll be interesting to see because they're already lost 3 games. So if Minnesota loses, we're under the assumption that Detroit wins
right
tomorrow night against the 49ers. So if they lose to the Vikings,
wait, whoa, come on now. We're under the assumption that Detroit wins. Are they starters?
Oh no, they playing their starters. They're playing their starters.
Okay, they gonna win. They're gonna win. I mean, that's no disrespect to the 49ers and their defense. That's no disrespect to them. But Ben Johnson, that creativity, and just too much. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams, and obviously Montgomery's out. But Jameer, man, listen, they're going to win. They're going to put up points. They're going to score a lot. That's what they do. That's what they've done the entirety of the season. The 49ers are probably going to put up a good fight, but at some point, you already know what Dan Campbell going to do. You already know what Dan Soup. I'm going to call him Dan Soup Campbell. You already know what he's going to do. I'm going to put him forward down. I'm going to run the scoreboard up, and I mean no disrespect to you, but this is about my team. This is about changing the culture over here in Detroit, and that's what I'm going to keep doing.
Eagles fans heckle Jerry Jones, which is not, look, you're an owner, you're in a hostel, you're in a state, there is no love loss between these two teams. No. There's no love. Now, their biggest rival is Washington. Philly is normally Philly and the Giants because they're right there next to each other. Philly, New York, you know, so they're normally right there, Ocho. But Philly hates it. Right. Philly hates the Cowboys. I'm old enough to remember, I know you don't remember this, when Buddy put a bounty.
Buddy Ryan.
Ryan put a bounty out. He put a bounty on the kicker. That's when, as a matter of fact, I think they sacked Troy. Go back and look at that Eagles game. I think they sacked Troy like 10, 11 times.
10?
How many times did they sack Troy?
What the hell with the O-line doing?
They sacked him 11 times.
Jesus.
But look here. They had a nasty defense. Boy, they had a defense. They had Reggie. They had Jay Boogie. They had Clyde Simmons. They had Seth Joyner. They had Byron Evans. They had Muddy Waters. They had EA, Eric Allen.
What? Yeah. Wait, DB Eric Allen?
Yeah, boy. Who? What? Hey, they had a squad.
Yeah.
Hell, I think they held us with 92. I think they might have held us to like 50 yards of total offense.
What?
Yep. Total? Go back and look at how many in 92 we played them in. Yeah, I know who they had. I know who they had, yeah.
You just said 50 yards of total.
Go back and look at 92. Game. The Eagles, we played the Eagles in Philly. See how many yards they held us to. Man, they beat us. They beat us 37-0.
Jesus. And this must have been right. This must have been
As
right.
As a matter of fact, hold on. This was the year. This was the Jay Boogie, rest his soul. Jerome Brown had died in the offseason in that car accident.
Hey, this was the Eagles team before.
My bad, Ocho. We had 82 total yards. My bad.
You heard me?
We was 0 for 11 on third downs.
Dang.
Oh man, I ain't telling you what somebody told me. I was there.
Yeah. Hold on. This was before Bobby Taylor and Troy
Wait a minute. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
You got to realize Troy got drafted by Miami. Yeah. I shovel passes. I had caught 2 passes. I caught 2 shovel. Yeah. Troy got drafted by Miami.
I didn't know that. Damn. That's crazy.
But hey, Ocho, what will the Cowboys do? Will they keep McCarthy or will they move on?
I think they're gonna move on. You know, Jerry wants to make a splash. He wants to make a name. He wants to keep the Cowboys the star. He wants to keep it circulated in the media. That's something he'll always do. He's going to come out and say something soon. I'm not sure when it will happen, but he's going to be in front of a camera I love the way the players stuck up for Mike McCarthy. Michael Parsons, some other players came out and said some things necessary to vouch for him and wanting to be the coach of next year. But at the end of the day, it comes down to Jerry's decision. And we know how Jerry feels. We probably know how some of the fans actually feel, not just about Jerry, but Mike McCarthy and them also wanting to make a change and give that team hope, and the fans in the city of Dallas hope that maybe, next year might be their year. And listen, I'm pulling for him. I'm pulling for him. And I just don't like the fact that the person who creates the most noise and creates the most unwanted attention is the one who sits all the way at the top. And he don't catch no balls, he don't take no hits, he don't do nothing.
But yeah.
And I think it's unfair to the players. It's unfair to the coaching staff, the added extra pressure that he puts on the team itself, instead of just allowing them to do what they need to do and preparing for a game and going out there and playing without the owner front and center, as if we know you run the show. It's just too much. It's too much of a circus. It's too much of a circus. And I mean that in a respectful way.
Hey. Ocho, check this out. The Bills defeated the Jets 40-14. At one point, the score was 40-8. Aaron Rodgers had a 1.2 QBR today versus the Bills. It was one of the 20 worst games by a quarterback in NFL history. It was the worst game since Davis Mills in 2021. The Bills forced 3 turnovers, notched the safety, sacked Aaron Rodgers 4 times. Rodgers had a forgettable game with season lows in passing yards, 112, quarterback rating 44. Aaron Rodgers benched himself in the fourth quarter, essentially saying, you know what, Ocho, this is what he said. I mean, it was 33-0. We're sitting there, and I said, at some point, you probably go to Tyrod. Huh? Probably should have went to Tyrod about 5 games ago. Huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what? Hey, Bills, I need y'all to give me y'all vaccination status. Because that probably why y'all won.
Hey, so I can ask you a question?
Sure.
Hey,
I would love for you to ask me a question.
Hey, Chad, listen to me. Is this any different than Anthony Richardson?
Absolutely not.
Saying he was tired and coming out the game, and Aaron Rodgers saying, you know what, I'm going to bench myself, I guess what, maybe based on my play, when there's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah.
Is there any different? I'm just curious. I'm curious, Chad. I'm curious on your thoughts. I just want to. I don't get it. I've never heard of a player actually benching himself unless he's saying he benched himself.
Yeah.
Unless they actually did it.
No, that's not what he said. He said he went to the coach, basically went to the coach and said, we're sitting there. And I said, at some point, probably go to Tyrod here. Huh?
What? You can't say that. You can't give up on your team in the middle of a game, no matter how bad you're playing. You still got to keep fighting to the end. You have to.
So I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, but I'm
curious.
They probably look. I mean, he done begged enough for a job. Oh, if they draft a quarterback, I would mentor him. That's not a conversation for me. I mean, he's begging to stay there. He know he's played bad. And y'all people have given him every excuse. And when you say that he's played bad, you're talking about his vaccination status. That ain't got nothing to do with him playing bad. That ain't got nothing to do. And that was 4 years ago. Ain't even nobody talking about COVID.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps bringing that up to try to, what he's trying to do, he's playing the shell game with you, Ocho. I'm playing bad. Right. Let's talk about COVID.
Mm-hmm.
You're still playing bad. I see the right hand is what you're playing bad with.
So you trying to say he's trying to distract?
He's trying to distract. That's why he keeps bringing it up. Don't nobody bring up that he misled people and immunization, and he talk about if he vaccinated, he immunized. Nobody brings that up. Mm-hmm. We're talking about your play in 2024 has been abysmal. Right. There's no way around it. He's played bad. He's still a 4-time league MVP. He's still a Super Bowl champ. He still has thrown 499 touchdowns. He's done all of that. And I say that.
Yeah.
but he's played bad in 2024. There's no way around it, chat. There's no way around it, Jet fans. Even the most diehard, staunchest supporters of Aaron Rodgers can't look themselves in the mirror and say he's played good because he hasn't.
Yeah. So with that being said, being that his 2024 season was abysmal, it's been bad. It's been really bad. Does he get an opportunity to redeem himself?
I don't believe he redeemed himself in New York. That's just me.
Right.
I mean, Woody Johnson, if the reports are to be believed, that Woody Johnson tried to bench him earlier in the season. I don't know why you would bench him and then have him back. That's just my thought. Now, look, owners have done things that made me scratch my head before.
Yeah,
but all I know is this: they fired the coach, they demoted the offensive coordinator, and he's still playing bad.
Right. So we realized Salah wasn't the issue.
No.
And like I said, players get coaches fired.
Ocho, the thing is, this is what you have to understand. When you bring a guy like that in, you basically turn the organization over to him.
Yeah,
Tampa did that for Brady. Broncos did that for Manning. The problem that you have to be careful with is that people, sometimes they have power, they'll abuse that privilege. It'll tell you a lot. Give a person, if you want to know what a person, if people say, well, give him money, give a person power.
Yeah. That'll tell you exactly who a person is.
And
that's exactly who you are.
Aaron Rodgers has 499 career touchdowns, suddenly 500 on like a certain thing. It's going to be interesting to see. Does he play? Does he start next week? Does he play next week?
Right.
It's being reported that Garrett Wilson will reportedly request a trade if Rodgers comes back as quarterback. The Ocho, I remember having a conversation with you this offseason when they were in training camp, and he kept talking to Rodgers. I said, Ocho, that's not a good sign. You said, it's just the preseason. I said, Ocho, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He keep talking.
Right.
And I don't blame him.
Right, go ahead.
Y'all keep telling me. All I know is that when I had a lesser quarterback, I was offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah. He was putting up the numbers. Now, I'm not saying he's not being utilized the right way, but I know what he can do.
Yeah.
I know what he can do. And there's nothing wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with him, but the quarterback play has been abysmal. And we've seen Aaron Rodgers before be able to facilitate the ball and be able to dish it and deliver it to multiple players at a time, because he did it for a very long time in Green Bay. Maybe he's just not the same quarterback we're used to seeing. Because there's no reason Garrett Wilson to be upset. There's no reason Garrett Wilson, with his talent, with his skill level, and what he can contribute to that offense, there's no reason for this. And his time, he's young, he's not in his prime yet, is being wasted in New York.
It is. And that's look, guys. Y'all look, Ocho's has is a different way. I just call it like I see it. I don't have anything personal against anybody. I don't think I'm better than anybody. I don't care what somebody else is doing. I just look at it and say, okay, the guy's playing good, the guy's not playing good. And let me try to explain to you why he's not playing good or why he is playing good. And so that's why I just don't look at touchdown, interception, sack, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to look at how it came. I'm trying to look at how it came to be. That's why we were able to look at the play and say, oh, that interception that y'all blaming on Russ? No. That wasn't Russ. That was Pickens. He quit on the route. Right. And so once he quit on the route, the safety said, why the hell am I going to get wide when there's not a threat wide? The danger is screaming up the seam here. Let me just cheat this here. Okay, thank you, Russ. I appreciate that. And everybody like, Russ, how could you throw that? Had Pickens not quit on that route and he stayed wide, that means Reed would have had to stay wide. And that means Freiermuth would have got over the top of it because he picked it. You have to understand. Everything ties together, Ocho. We're talking about from a standpoint of running routes. We know how things tie together. Front side, we got maybe the front side, we got a dagger, hoping that safety get nosy, that we got the post on the backside.
Over top.
That's what they did with the Dino route. The Broncos ran the Dino to Marvin Mims Jr. Safety's already outside, so I'm going to get him a little further. Now I'm going to head back to the post. Safety ain't paying attention on the backside. Now I'm past you. So in offense, things tie together. It's almost like, rice and gravy. cornbread and this, potatoes and that. They go together. And so you try to say, okay, this went together. But guys, at some point in time, even our favorite players, they're not what they once were. And they can't do it and that's the one thing is that you learn is that you can't do it consistently. You could have a game or two, but Aaron Rodgers to throw 300, 250. Aaron Rodgers hold on, how many interceptions? The man he probably got 3 seasons in 20 years in which he's had double-digit interceptions. Rodgers was throwing 45 touchdowns with 6 picks, 40 touchdowns with 4 picks, routinely. I'm not sure he has 100 interceptions total. Does he have 100 interceptions total?
So that's when I told you the other night. I saw the graphic come up. And I'm looking, I'm like, man, what in the hell?
If he does, he might not have but 102. He has the greatest touchdown to interception ratio in NFL history.
Oh, yeah.
So he has 499 touchdowns, 113 picks, which is crazy. That's crazy, Ocho.
Yeah, and that's why he's afforded opportunities, huh? That's why he's giving grace as the quarterback. Because of that, but people understand it, they're going to use that as a crutch over and over and over. He's going to get another opportunity to play. I don't know if it's going to be New York. Knowing Aaron Rodgers and the way he is and the way he operates, he's going to want to come back.
Here's the thing, Ocho. He's
going to want to come back.
As you get older, you don't get to make the decisions.
Yeah.
Think about it. Tom Brady didn't get to write his ending. Peyton Manning didn't get to write his ending. Montana didn't get to write his ending. Emmitt Smith didn't get to write his ending. There are not very many guys because once you get older, you don't get to write the ending that you want.
But we got a small problem. The Jets have a very small problem. Aaron Rodgers might not be able to write the ending, right? But they can't close the page on that chapter because they don't have nobody to open the new book.
Yeah, they do.
Who?
Hell, why wouldn't you go back to Sam Darnold?
I like where you're going.
You see,
I like.
Ocho,
you know what? I like
Ocho,
what you did.
It's a lot. Sometimes, even in a relationship, the individual, the female or the male, can be paralyzed because they're so afraid that somebody might not out there. What am I going to do? Yeah, I know he don't pay. I know he beat on me. I know she cheat on me. I know this, but am I going to be able to find somebody else? You get paralyzed by that because you overthink said situation.
Yes, sir.
I refuse to be in a situation like that.
Come on, man.
I refuse to. I am not going to let you hold me hostage because I don't see it right now, something on the other side.
Come on, Pastor.
Because the Jets cannot see, well, who's the quarterback right now that we can definitively say, are you saying that there's somebody out there that can be worse? I mean, are you telling me, you mean to tell me you can't find somebody out there that can go 5-11? I mean, 5-12, that can go 6-10, that can go 7 and 9 and 8? They're
right.
You got to be kidding me. There's now no quarterback. Chad, tell me if I'm wrong. Do y'all believe that there's not another quarterback out there that can do what Rodgers did this year? Now, if you tell me you're going to give me 2020, 2021 Rodgers, I say, hey, bring his ass back.
Yeah, most definitely. In a heartbeat.
But that guy, Ocho, that guy, you would be in the playoffs. But he's not that guy anymore.
Right.
It's like the old actresses, where's my close-up, Mr. DeMille? There is no close-up.
Right.
Ocho, check this out. Sauce Gardner posted a warning on IG to other players. Stay away from the Jets. On T. Higgins' post, put me in, coach. Sauce Gardner says, pay that man. Sauce, tell him to come to the Jets. Sauce Gardner, I will not be telling him that. Sauce Gardner on if today's loss was embarrassing. Embarrassing? I don't even know if that's the word. You're telling me now it's 40-0? If you ask me that means the end of the season, obviously we're not going to the playoffs. Some people might have checked out.
Hey. I like it. It's okay to be honest. It's okay to voice your frustration. It's okay to say how you feel without being PC. You know, it shows people that you care. It shows them that you care. It's okay. And I think more players need to do it. I think more players need to do it.
He ain't throw nobody under the bus.
You know?
He ain't called no name. All he said, maybe some people about to check. I've been in situations before, Ocho. We're not going to the playoffs. Ain't nobody trying to. Hey, guys going through the motion because they don't want to get hurt. I ain't trying to have no surgery in the offseason. I want to train. I ain't trying to rehab. I need these first couple of months. I want to go to Jamaica. I want to go to Cancun or wherever I'm going. I ain't really trying to do no rehab. I ain't trying to be here in Denver. I ain't trying to be here. No, that ain't gonna fly with me. All he says is, hey, because I think it was a close game the first time they played. I think they lost 23-20. So you mean to tell me we come back 6 weeks later and this team got us down 30 plus to nothing, 40 to nothing? Oh, hell no.
Damn.
Ravens tight end Charles Kohler comment on MVP race. I'm not a math genius, but one guy seems to be leading in all three quarterbacks except QB sneaks. Who would you pick? MVP race. Lamar has 3,955 yards. Josh Allen has 3,731. Lamar has 852 rush yards. Josh has 531. Lamar has 43 total touchdowns. Josh has 41. Lamar has 4 interceptions. Josh has 6. But how many fumbles for each? We're gonna hey Charles, we're gonna do it right now. Because turnovers, fumbles or turnovers. Let's see. How many Josh? Right. I think Josh has a couple. I think Lamar has a couple.
Hey,
it is.
It's so close. It's so close. And I think it's gonna come down to this last. I think it's gonna come down to this last game. And one of them having to have an extracurricular day. They got to do something special because it's so close, you know, to actually define why they deserve that MVP. You know, they can't fall by the wayside in week 17.
The question is, Ocho, with the Bills already having a number 2 seed, are you going to play Lamar? Excuse me, Josh Allen. No, Lamar got to play because Lamar got to win. They got to win. They can win the division. Win the division, not get a home game. Then, hey, who knows? I'll take my chances. Hell, I might get 2 home games. You never know. Somebody might get upset, Ocho. A 5 seed might beat somebody. Well, Lamar never be the 5, be the 4. Lamar would be the 4 seed. 3 NFC East. AFC West, AFC East. Lamar's the 3. They'll be 3 seed if they win. Okay. So yeah, see, they could get. Well, if they won, that means they would have. Who? Artie? No, Pittsburgh can win the division. Oh, the winner. Okay, the winner of the AFC North would be the 3 seed. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. 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 Did we get the fumbles? It's close. I said it was close, even though when everybody said Josh Allen, it was locked up, it was run away. I said, no, Lamar's still playing too well. I said he's playing too well. Yeah. It's not over. And it's going to come down. I said it's going to come all the way down to the end of the season, and I believe it will. Right. And I think it's close. I think it's extremely, extremely, extremely close. But people say, but here's the thing. Now, people said, Dak, look at Dak numbers last year, 12-5. Lamar had a better record, less touchdown passes, less yards. He got the MVP this year.
Right.
He has the less of the records, better the numbers. Allen has the better record, similar numbers.
Right.
Okay, Lamar Jackson has 5 fumble loss, so he has 9 total turnovers. Josh Allen has 2 fumbles lost, which means he has 8 total turnovers. So that's how close it is, Ocho.
That's
close. So you got one guy with 9, the other guy with 8. One guy with 41 total touchdowns, the other with 43.
And if I'm not mistaken, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. The Bills have to play the Patriots, right?
The Bills play the Patriots.
Okay.
In Foxborough.
And who the Ravens
play the Browns.
Oh shit! And the Browns beat them last time too, huh?
They ain't beating them this time.
No. And if I wasn't given the advantage, and see, them goddamn divisional games, it's different, man. I don't know. It don't matter.
You just watch the Browns. The Browns ready. Look, Myles Garrett playing his ass off. If I'm him, if they can't show me a clear picture, go and get rebuild, but rebuild without me.
Right. Well, hey, listen. A clear picture, fuzzy picture, you already know what it is. you already know what you get. And you're not going to be there long enough for them to get it together.
No.
You're just not. You're not going to be there long enough, So,
somebody give you two first, somebody will switch position with you in the draft. Well, you're not going first of all, you don't want to switch position with anybody in the draft because you're going to have a higher seed than anybody's going to be willing to trade. But somebody give you two first rounders, maybe a player, and even a second rounder for Myles Garrett. He's 29 years of age. And he's a premier pass rusher. Those guys don't fall out of trees. Not him.
Nope.
So, yes, this thing is going to come down to the end. It's going to be interesting. I don't believe Josh Allen's going to play. Excuse me. They're locked into the 2 seed. Lamar Jackson numbers could even look better. Could it be a situation? He throws for 4,000 yards. He's going to throw for over 4,000 yards. Does he rush for 148 to give him 1,000? I mean, the man rushed passed for 4,000, rushed for 1,000, has 40, 41, 42 touchdowns, Ocho. I got to give him MVP. I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, I'm leaning Ocho. I've been telling you, I've been leaning his way for like the last 3-4 weeks. But with 4,000 pass yards, 1,000 rush yards, 40 touchdown passes, what are we doing here? And not a knock on Josh Allen because Josh Allen's had a phenomenal season. But I can't let a guy that throws for 4,000 yards rush for 1,000, and with 40+ touchdown passes, I can't let that season go away in vain.
Right.
I can't. The Giants played The Giants played themselves out of the first overall pick. Remember, I told you that's why they put your boy in that thing, DeVito.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Giants 3-13 picked up a win at MetLife. The stadium in his final home game, thanks to career days by Drew Lock and rookie Malik Neighbors. Hold on. Jermaine, whatever his name is. I ain't finna butcher that man's name, but you know Jermaine. You rather your team go out there and fight for every inch than lay down and just take an ass whipping. Yeah, you get your ass picked. You get your ass picked. That's what you wanted, but what is the player coming into? You got to establish some sort of culture. We're trying to establish a culture that can lead into next year. Once we get more pieces in here, I'm sure everything will still work out how the franchise needed to work out. Now, New England has the number 1 pick. Tennessee has the number 2 pick. Cleveland has the number 3 pick. The Giants, number 3. So, is that a situation? Does somebody come up and wow New England? Or do you sit there and take a Travis Hunter? Here's the thing, Ocho. I like Travis Hunter, but are the Patriots one player away? Or do you give me 2 first rounders? We switch draft positions. Now I want a first rounder in 25 and 26 and 27. And plus I want a second round pick in 26, and I want a third or fourth round pick in 27. Is that where we go with this, Ocho?
Right.
Because I think they're more than one player away. That's just me personally. Yeah. And I want Trav to go. I want Travis Shador. Clearly, they're not taking Shador because they just drafted Drake May.
Drake May, yeah. Listen, this is interesting. This is very interesting. I think I would love to be in the war room. I would love to be in the war room with Kraft and Mayo and see what their thoughts is on, the special skill set that Travis Hunter has. What can he do for us? What can we do, even if we are multiple players away from being able to compete and be in contention and looking like we used to look, those 20 years when we had Belichick and Brady? Can we get a player like Travis Hunter to come in here and help us win? Can he be a difference maker? Can he be a difference maker on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball? I mean,
I don't know if he's going to play enough to impact it like that, Ocho. I don't know if he's going to play. I think me personally, what I would do, Ocho, I would trade the pick. Right. And I'm going to get me 3 first. I'm going to switch because I'm going to still be in the first round.
Right.
But Ocho, you picks away. You a lot of guys away, especially on the offensive side of the football.
Yeah.
A lot of guys. You need wide receivers. You need some line. You need some D linemen. You need a lot of things to go right in New England. The cupboard is bare.
See, the funny thing about that, when you say you need a lot of picks like that, what you name it right now, that takes time.
Yeah.
That takes time. That's not happening in no 1 and 2 or 3 years. You think you're gonna fix all the situations, all the pieces in the puzzle because you're gonna miss. You're gonna miss.
I got a quarterback. Huh? I got my quarterback. Now, can I get me a receiver? Do I go in free agency? I'll make a play for T. Higgins. Now, you see what I saw? Now, I put him with Butte.
Mm-hmm.
I got Hunter Henry at the tight end position. I like Ramondre Stevens.
Right.
Boom. Now, I got some pieces to play with now, Ocho. Now I got some chance pieces to deal with.
I like that.
Because you got the cap space. I pay T. Higgins a premium. I give him $32 million a year at the wide receiver position. I got 5 years, 160 for it.
Right.
I give him $80 million, $85 million guaranteed. So now I got a wide receiver to go with my young quarterback. I got Hunter Henry, solid tight end. I mean, they got a couple of pieces. I can work with that, Ocho. But you look at the pieces. New England got the first pick now. I mean, this could change, Ocho. New England has the first pick. Right. Tennessee got second. Cleveland, Giants, Jacksonville, Carolina, Jets, Las Vegas, Chicago, New Orleans.
I'm curious how it's going to pan out. Now, the draft order might be what it is right now, but we have to understand what teams need. And teams are going to, I don't think panic is the right word. They're going to do what's necessary. They're going to be on that phone in the war room doing what's necessary to make sure they get the player.
I ain't even waiting till to get to the war room. I'm plotting right now.
I'm
plotting right now, Ocho.
Right. Most of the time we look at the draft, we can name who the first 5 players are going to go.
But
we can name it in order. Right now, I couldn't tell you who's going to go first.
Because guess what? Free agency happens first. So I'm setting my free agent board first. Now I can plan accordingly. I get a wide receiver. I get a T. Higgins. I don't need a wide receiver in the first 2 rounds. See? Now I kill one. I kill the bird. Now, okay, what else can I got? Because they got, see how much cap space the Patriots got. They got buku cap space. Buku. In cap space. They got 131 million in cap space. Ooh. I can get me two players, Ocho. 2 or 3.
Right. Good ones. Yes. Good ones.
All of them ain't got to be, everybody ain't got to be the best. T. Higgins is going to probably be he's the number 1 wide receiver. I don't need to get the number 1 wide receiver, the number 1 offensive lineman, the number 1 defensive lineman, the number 1, I don't need to get all that, Ocho. I can get number 1. I'm going to get T. Higgins. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Right.
Hey, and I'm talking this one. Hey, T, look here. You're unbelievable talent. But you and I both know you're always going to be number 2 in Cincy. Number 1, number uno, he number uno. I'm going to shoot you straight.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot. Hey, Ocho.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to tell you. Sometimes this ain't me, but you got to tell him, your boy cheating on you, right? Ain't none of my business. I don't even know why I brought it up. But you never gonna be the bottom. You always gonna be number 2. Now, if you okay with that, so be it. I ain't here to judge you. But you can only be number 2 because he got a number 1. That's who we go home to every night. It ain't none of my business. I don't even know why I brought it up.
Come on now. Come on
Hey,
now.
ain't no pillow talk. I'm wide awake.
Yeah.
That's the thing, Ocho. I mean, Ocho, I'm trying to get T. Higgins. I'm telling him the truth. But he know I ain't lying.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Listen, I say it all the time. You know, I consider them 2-1s. I consider them 2-1s. There are 3 teams in the NFL. Chat, listen to me. There are 3 teams in the NFL that have 2 number 1 receivers. I don't care how you cut it, how you splice it. That's the Bengals, to me. You know, the Vikings, I consider them to have 2 number 1s
Detroit.
as well. I think I like Addison. And
you like the Lions? You like Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams?
Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now I don't see Amon-Ra St. Brown as a dominant figure as an outside wide receiver.
He'll slot. He'll slot.
Receiver. Oh, yeah. So that's why I didn't really put them in the conversation. And them young bulls over there down in Philly, I see them as 2 number 1s. I think Devontae Smith can carry the load on a team if he had to be a 1. And AJ Brown, you know what he can do.
You look at Chicago with Keenan and DJ Moore, Rome with more opportunities. But that's the thing that you got to look at. You have to ask yourself, am I 1 player away? Normally, that's the quarterback. Because if I got a choice, Ocho, I'm going to take a quarterback because he has the ball. I need guys that's going to score points. That's like, at the end of the day, that's how you win in this league, Ocho. Look at the game. 45-33 and 27. Ocho, ain't no more. You're not winning a whole bunch of games 10-7. You're just not.
Right.
You got to score.
Right.
And if you give me a choice to say defensive guy or a quarterback, I'm taking the quarterback. I'm just damn. But clearly, Seattle, the Patriots need another wide receiver. And I'm going at T. Higgins. I'm going to make him an offer he cannot refuse, Ocho. The Dolphins keep their slim AFC playoff hopes alive with a win over the Browns, 20-3. It wasn't pretty, but Tyler Huntley led Miami Dolphins. They took care of business, Ocho. Now they're 8-8, remains a hotly contested 3-way battle for the AFC final playoff spot. Hey, the Broncos win, they're in. Dolphins need a win the Dolphins need a win plus a Denver loss. The Bengals, they need the Denver to lose and Miami to lose. So they're just not out of the woodwork just yet, Ocho. And they have to beat Pittsburgh.
That's gonna happen.
Miami has to lose. The Broncos have to lose.
And they're gonna lose.
Miami are playing the Jets.
You know, I don't like the fact that our future is in the hands of other teams. I don't like that. If we had handled business at the beginning of the season instead of putting ourselves in a hole like we always do every goddamn year, this one a little worse than others, and having to dig ourselves out, we wouldn't be in this situation. So that bothers me that we have to rely on other teams and hope that, hey, we hope you guys win and we hope these guys lose, so we can get opportunity to get into the playoffs. It's unfortunate, but that's where we are now. So I'm hoping, all the cards may fall in our place. Because if they do, all right, don't be surprised. I told you the story.
Y'all ain't getting in. Chiefs ain't playing nobody. Because if you what you said, what are the Chiefs thinking?
So you still believe your Broncos?
Yes.
The Chiefs? You do remember how much you put on it, right?
$1,000 on it.
Okay, I just want to make sure you remember now.
Yeah.
I don't want you to forget. I don't want you to be upset. I ain't
gonna be upset.
I don't want no excuses. I want my money in ones too. Because I'm gonna go celebrate.
So the Broncos are in with a win. If they win, they don't need nothing else. They can still get in if the Bengals lose.
That ain't gonna happen, but go ahead.
But I like our chances. I don't want to think of anything else. Check this out, Ocho. Myles Garrett made NFL history in Week 17 by becoming the first player to tally at least 14 sacks in 4 consecutive seasons. Garrett notched 2 sacks today, which is how so happens to be his 29th birthday to reach the milestone. I mean, if they had a little better record, he's smack dab in the defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know who I don't really know who's gonna win defensive player of the year. I really don't know, Joe. I really don't.
No,
because I don't think anybody's had that year like, oh my God, it's got to be him.
Yeah. Well, they ran away with
I mean, he's probably going to win the sack total. I mean, what? He has 14. I mean, he has 14 now. I think Hendrickson has 13. It's going to be interesting to see what Pittsburgh don't play until next week. We'll see what they can do on Burrow. But right now, and Cleveland, I mean, he could get another sack or 2 against Lamar, but when I look at it, I mean, who's your defensive player of the year? TJ Watt, Myles Garrett.
Listen, TJ Watt, Myles Garrett have been playing.
So he's tied right now with Trey Hendrickson.
They are tied?
14. Both have 14.
You know what? We got to see how this last game goes. We got to see how this last game goes. I'm hoping.
Well, we know Hendrickson's not going to get it. Not on that bad defense.
Right.
He's not going to get it.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be out of Myles Garrett and TJ again.
Probably. I'm trying to think to myself, who else is playing stellar defense from an individual standpoint, regardless of position. I mean, it's just those two.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Brock Bowers, record-setting day pushes the Raiders to a win versus the Saints. The Raiders posted back-to-back wins for the first time this season with a 25-10 victory over the New Orleans Saints. Rookie tight end Brock Bowers led the Raiders in receiving with 7 catches, 77 yards, and set several records. Bowers set an NFL record for the most receiving yards by a rookie tight end in a single season, and the most reception by a rookie in a single season. The most reception by a rookie in a single season in the second quarter, right? Is that what you're saying? Okay, in the second quarter. Okay. Bowers also set a Raiders single season record for the most receiving yards by a rookie and the most receptions. I mean, what's the record? The most reception by a tight end is Jason Witten, 116? Or Zach Ertz?
Ooh, 116? Well, they were dealing.
Because he has what does he have now? 108? Because I think Malik Neighbors has like 106. He's right there on him. About Zach Ertz. Okay, Zach Ertz has 116. Brock Bowers has how many? 108 now? So he's 9 catches away from breaking the record. Hey, all I know, I'm throwing in the ball. I'm throwing in the ball every day. Oh, I forgot. Pat Surtain gonna get some votes too.
Oh, yeah.
Because when he covered, Jamar Chase had on 6-7 targets. He had 3 catches for 27 yards against Surtain. And when Surtain wasn't on him, what you call Joe Burrow hunted him. Well, hey, you gonna guard somebody else? Jamar, get ready. So Surtain is gonna get some. He's gonna get some votes. He good, man. That joker fluid. Yeah. He good. Nice. Ocho, that joker effortless.
You real nice. Hey, listen, to be that size.
He tall. He tall. He like 6'2", 6'2.5".
Yeah, they're tall. Hey, listen, to be that fluid, to be that smooth. He got great hips, great technique. He can play off. He can play man. He's really good and always in position to make a play. Always in position to make a play. I like him.
Ocho, Tampa exploded offensively, punting just once all afternoon, opened the game with 5 straight scoring drives. Baker Mayfield posted his first career game in which he threw for 350-plus yards, 5 touchdowns, connected with Mike Evans for 2 of those, as he became the 7th player in NFL history with 6 or more seasons with at least 10 touchdown receptions. And now I think he's 80 yards? He's like 80 yards away from getting another 1,000 yard or another 1,000 receiving yard season. And they play New Orleans next week.
He's gonna need that. Oh yeah, he gonna get that. He definitely gonna get that. And then you know what? He don't have to deal with Marshawn Lattimore either. Yeah, you go out there,
So
go out
Baker was
there and have you some
27 of 32, 359, 5 touchdowns. Bucky Irving, 20 carries, 113 yards. They ran the ball 40 times for 202. Mike Evans had 8 catches for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns. Baker was sensational. Bryce Young was 15 of 28, 203, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. They were just overmatched. Adam Thielen had a day, 5 for 110, 2 touchdowns. They just don't have enough offensively, Ocho.
Yeah, too much firepower.
Mike Evans needs 85 yards to have, that'll be his 11th straight or 12th straight 1,000-yard season. Be his 11th straight. Now, Jerry has the record with 14 total 1,000-yard seasons.
Woo!
He
gonna get that though. Getting that.
Oh, I'm gonna feed him. I'm gonna make sure he gets it.
Yeah. Right.
But Baker's played extremely well. Baker got to have like 30-something touchdown passes, doesn't he? Baker has 39 touchdown passes? Wow.
Damn, he got 39. Yes.
And he's over 4,000 yards, right?
Oh yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I just,
boy, it's gonna be Ocho. It's gonna be real interesting. This Pro Bowl, the AFC Pro Bowl quarterbacks. You got Joey B. No, you got Mahomes 15-1. You got Josh Allen, and you got Lamar Jackson. Somebody get left home to take 3.
But listen, this might be a year where they change the rules and take 4.
Now the NFC, you got Jared Goff, you got Baker Mayfield, you got Jalen Hurts, you got Sam Darnold.
Darnold balling. You know what? I can't wait to get the Pro Bowl. I can't wait to get the Pro Bowl because I got to work and I'm finna get everybody autograph and they finna sign my jersey. I want everybody autograph and give me a jersey.
Ocho, now it's time for our final segment of the evening. Now it's time for Q and A.
Well, God damn, that shit went by. Oh, my bad. Hey, can you do me a favor? We should start like a little pot, right, for me to kind of help me with my discipline when it comes to using derogatory language. Every time I curse, I put $1 in the pot,
check
right?
Will be gone at the end of the month.
But this is the thing, and then we give it away to. I like that idea.
Sure, I'm all for it.
I like. Yeah. Matter of fact, no. Let's make it $20 every time.
Man, you won't have no money.
$20. $20, and at the end of each month, we tally it up and we give it away to somebody in the chat.
Okay, I'm good.
That's a good idea.
Blog 91 say, I've never seen so many good rookies in the NFL. Is that indicative of the rule changes? I mean, it all depends. Look, they throw the ball. You added games. You throw the ball more than you ever have. If you notice, it ain't a whole lot of rookie running backs doing this. I mean, Bucky Irving, I think, is the only rookie running back, and I think he's pretty close to 1,000 yards. But the receivers, you look at Malik Dahl, you look at Neighbors, you look at Brian Thomas, you look at Brock Bowers, you saw the quarterbacks come in, you see Jayden Daniels come in, and that's what you're going to get. But these guys they're more skilled now. They do all these 7-on-7 camps. They grow up in 7-on-7, whereas before that didn't happen. They're getting coached by NFL guys that throwing coaches. These guys got throwing coaches in high school.
Yeah.
In college.
And
so it's different. But the rookies the rule changes helps. But at the end of the day, guys still got to go out there and got to perform. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Aaron Owens says a 60-meter dash between CJ2K, Prime, Tyreek, Bo Jackson, Darrell Green. Who you taking?
In they prime? In they prime?
In they prime. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never seen nobody beat Darryl Green. And I'm talking about he racing Olympic champs.
Yeah.
That'd be a good absolute race, prime.
Well, that would be a
that'd be a good race. That would be a good one.
Oh, damn, that's a good one.
I think I go with prime or both.
Both twitchy. You see how Tyreek is right now. I'm gone.
Now you know time twitchy.
Oh yeah, I know that. I know that. Yeah, time real twitchy.
Ooh, but that now see, that's what they should have had.
Right.
But Ocho, they used to have that NFL's fastest man.
Oh yeah,
Darryl Green,
Rob Woodson,
Woody. They had Herschel Walker. They had
Herschel Walker. Yeah.
I don't know if Sam Grady ran, but they had Willie Gault. Oh, they had some guys. Oh yeah.
I done seen it go across Twitter a few times. They out there running in the gray shorts Yeah. Throw back.
Jeremy Shepard said the greatest defensive team in NFL history versus the greatest offensive team in NFL history. Who wins and why?
So what do we talk about? We talk about the 85
No,
Bears?
you talk about you gonna put the greatest.
Talk about the 86 Bears?
Not that you made, because I'm like, okay, he said the greatest NFL team. Now, what do you think? Who you think the greatest? Is it the 85 Bears? Is it the 2000 Ravens? Is it the 02 Bucks? Is it the 12, the 13 Seahawks? Is it the 76 Steelers? I mean, who do you consider the greatest team? Okay, offensively, is it the 07? Is it the 07 Patriots? Is it the 13 Broncos? Is it the 83? Is it the 83 Washington football team?
Boy,
I'm biased because I wasn't on the defense, but I was on the Ravens when that defense,
right?
And I saw it up close and personal. You had to see it.
Yeah.
But that's when they let you punish the quarterback. And all those teams, for the most part, with the exception of the 12 Seahawks, would let you punish the quarterback. You could punish him in 2000. You could punish him in 02. You could punish him in the 80s. You could punish him in the 70s. You can't punish the.
And you talk about
the quarterback. Yeah,
you could
punish anybody. Yeah, receiver. Oh yeah, there were no.
Everybody getting it.
There was nobody. Nobody was spared. Wide receivers, quarterback, running. Oh yeah. Greatest. And today, Ocho, the thing is that what teams figured out is that the mistakes that they made, the 85 Bears, they were known for the Bear defense. So what they did, they covered up the center and the two guards. And
46, right?
46 defense. And what they would do is that they would stretch it. So they would take Wilbur Marshall and put him over the tight end. And they would take Dent and kick him outside. The problem that people have is that they was taking a tight end or the running back to try to block Richard Dent or Hampton.
Right.
Well, that's not going to work. And so what they did, they started fanning it. So they would take the tackle because now what they realized is that guy wasn't going to come. He had a tight end and man, but when he blocked, he would come and hit your quarterback in the mouth. So what they started doing is releasing that guy, take the tackle and kick. Now, if they brought both of them, you just look hot because normally the inside backer was going to have to try and take you. So you just get width, they hit you with the ball, you take off running. But that would be great. Like I said, I'm taking the 2000. I'm taking the 2000 Ravens as the greatest defense. I don't care what nobody say.
Same. And I'm only taking the 2000 Ravens defense because I saw in person because I didn't get to watch the other teams. I didn't see the 85, 86 Bears. I wasn't able to see them. I didn't see the Steelers when they had the steel curtain back then. But that two, man, I don't think people understand.
Isaiah Lancaster says, Unc and Ocho, is this the best generation of quarterbacks? Mahomes, Lamar, Allen, Burrow, Herbert, and does Lamar or Allen overcome the Chiefs? Well, it's either now or never. Look, we've always had an influx of quarterbacks. You had Montana, you had Elway, you had Marino, you had Kelly. You've always had, quarterbacks. They're just young. Right. I mean, because think about it. All those quarterbacks, only one of them won a Super Bowl. All the quarterbacks you mentioned, only one has won a Super Bowl.
Right.
Only two of those have an MVP. If you think about it right now, Ocho, only two quarterbacks in the entire league have Super Bowl as starters. That's Mahomes, and that's
Lamar Jackson.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, you said MVP.
Super Bowl has Super Bowls.
Oh, Super Bowl. Okay.
Starters.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Only three have the MVPs: Rodgers, Mahomes, and Lamar.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh, I forgot. In the Rams, Stafford has a Super Bowl.
Oh, Stafford. Oh, yeah, Stafford. Yeah. Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
Hey,
because that wasn't no pass interference.
That no-look pass was the greatest throw in NFL history.
Hey, that was nice.
Given the circumstances,
that was nice. That was nice.
That's the Super Bowl, Ocho. That ain't no preseason game. That ain't no regular season game. That's for all the marbles.
Yeah, I can give credit where credit's due. That was nice.
Oh, Russ too. Russ got a Super Bowl. It's 4. So Russ, Rodgers, Mahomes, and Stafford. Only 2 have Super Bowl MVPs. That's Mahomes and Rodgers. Only 3 have regular season MVPs. That's Rodgers, Mahomes, and Lamar.
Right.
But these guys are young too, so they're gonna be duking it out for a while, Ocho. You got Lamar at 27. You got Allen probably 27. Burrow's like 28. Herbert is like 25, 26. My homeboy just turned 29. So they're gonna be going at this for a while, Ocho. And I'm glad of it. Brandon Martinez said, you guys keep forgetting how many weapons Lamar has to compete to Allen he's carrying Buffalo. Bro, it's not an easy decision. Jordan, fix this iPad, please. You can make a compelling case for either guy. It's just, Ocho, somebody got to argue for the defense. Somebody got to argue for the prosecution. It's really that simple, Ocho.
Yeah. And the funny thing about it is it's so close. It is. It's so close. You would damn near have to nitpick. You would have to nitpick and find something to say, well, Josh should win it for this reason, or Lamar Jackson should win it for this reason, when the numbers are so close, the records are so close. I mean, listen, I think it's going to come down to this last game. And you said Josh Allen might not play because they have the
number 2 seed locked up. There can't be anything but the number 2 seed.
Well, listen, if that's the case, you think Josh Allen might sit and might not play, well, Lamar Jackson might get it just for the performance he has against the Browns this week coming up.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh, Joe Flacco won the Super Bowl, and he got an MVP. We forget about Joe, and because it was so long ago. Well, I mean, he won more recent than Aaron Rodgers, but he won one, and he was the Super Bowl MVP. Now, you could have made a case for Jacoby because Jacoby was sensational. Jacoby, he saved. He and Flacco saved the day against the Broncos on 3rd and forever. Caught a game-winning touchdown.
That deep ball with a safety. The safety misjudged it.
He did. Ocho, Tim Lee said, if the Chiefs are so scared of the Bengals, which I know they're not, why would the Chiefs let them in? Can't have it both ways, Ocho.
Whoa. Who mentioned anything about them being scared? I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. I don't even speak on the Chiefs, I don't say anything bad about the Chiefs. Now, what I have done is anytime there was a game going on, I would just say the Chiefs were going to lose, just to say it, really not really understanding that because of Mahomes, they're probably not going to lose anyway. I just say it for context purposes, just to go against them. That's all. They're really good. They're really good, and they will.
Y'all ain't gonna make the playoffs.
As long as who you talking to?
You
don't think we're gonna make the playoffs?
What about the big N or the big O? No.
Okay, we'll see. Now when we make it, I don't want you to say play or off no more.
Trey Caesar said, "Do you think Commanders win the Super Bowl by the end of JD5 rookie deal?" Well, it's a lot easier to win on a rookie deal than it is when you start.
Yeah,
because by the time he get a deal, you got to understand what the money's going to be. It's going to be $70 million.
We're going to be nasty, boy.
Because he's going to sign a deal after his third year. So that's 2 years away, Ocho. It's going to be $70 million.
Hey, good work. Let me get all that too.
Yes.
Why? And if you ain't got no money, go get it from the Federal Reserve. But I need all mine.
Question: if Larry was to win a ring in 2008, where would you rank his playoff run? Larry
Fitzgerald.
That run he was on?
Yeah. And that thing was nasty. But who had a better playoff run, Larry Fitzgerald or Cooper Kupp? That triple.
But see, Coop finished it off. Because here's the thing. You got to think about what Coop did in the regular season, Ocho. 142, 1942, Triple Crown, and he showed up every game.
In the playoffs. Hey, he was
Larry, that was crazy. That would have been crazy. Jerry had some runs. I mean, when Jerry didn't. When Jerry did have run, there's a reason he got all the records in the postseason and the regular season for receivers. But yeah, man. Ooh. That Super Bowl, the NFC Championship, the game against the Falcons. Fitz had a run. I give him credit. Fitz had a run, but I think I'm gonna go with Kupp. Dalton Dub said, give my boy Zach Brown some attention for Defensive Player of the Year. Not a household name, but he's been playing his tail off.
He balling. That's the mic back, ain't it? That's the mic back.
Yeah, 53. Huh?
Hey, he nice, boy. He nice, boy. He listen, I don't pay attention to linebackers that much, but because of his play,
he jumped on the screen. You got to play. You ain't got to play. He pops.
You ain't got no choice but to.
He pops, Ocho. Nice. He pops. You might not know him. I mean, he doesn't have one of the big names. He's not like what's the guy in San Fran? Fred Warner.
Oh, Fred.
You got Warner. Fred Warner. You got Zaire Franklin. You got B. Wags in Washington. Right. Zach Braun, boy. Ooh, nice. He can play. Very nice. He can play. I love his game. Danny Fan said, please give my honest opinion on the Chargers because you're real. I like the Chargers. He got them playing. Harbaugh got them playing. Jim Harbaugh got them playing really, really well. They got weapons. J.K. Dobbins being able to run the football definitely helps. They got Justice Hill. He's there too, isn't he? Isn't Justice Hill there? Because they got both of the guys from the Ravens.
Yeah. And I like they got my boy Quinn Johnson. Quinn Johnson,
what's the guy to back up with J.K. Dobbins
again, baby?
In the Chargers. I was about to say.
Q, you playing with confidence, Quinn Johnson. Keep that thing going, boy.
Gus Edwards. That's the guy, Gus Edwards. Both former Ravens. Yeah. Hey, he's like, John probably said, hey, these guys really work for you, Harbs. And guess what? They know the offense because Greg Roman is the offensive coordinator.
Oh yeah. Hey, when you going somewhere for New Year's?
No.
Oh, you gonna stay home? Okay. Okay.
Where?
Okay.
I ain't finna be out there that craziness.
Oh no, I ain't talking about that craziness. You know, I normally have my my ritual. I always go to the Bahamas for Junkanoo. You know what Junkanoo is,
I've heard
right?
of it.
Yeah, so I just got my ticket for Junkanoo. I'm gonna leave out on the 31st. On the 31st in the morning. And then, so when the ball dropped, then I go to Junkanoo like 2 in the morning. I'm gonna watch Junkanoo from 2 to 6, and then my flight leave at 12:30 to go to Jersey for Inside the NFL because I gotta be there the next day.
Sheldon Pope said, today is Brown's birthday. As a gift, D-Lo guy gets traded to the Brooklyn Nets. Man, y'all wild for that. Ocho, I got an old country saying for you. If someone keeps saying the word if, you say, if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. Yeah, we would. So that's why you're not going to the playoffs because you keep saying if.
I ain't say if. I said we are. We very confident. We're going.
TS Car Wash Detail Service said you guys' most expensive Christmas gift, received or given? Oh man, I ain't got nothing cost no money, man. What the hell y'all talking? Who the hell? I'm trying to think. Let me think. The most expensive gift someone has given me. I just want y'all to know, women, hoo-ha ain't no Christmas gift, okay?
Nah.
I'm trying to think, Ocho. I'm trying to think. Maybe
they saying the most expensive gift you got?
Yeah, something that you received.
Well,
this year?
It had to be that.
Bro, let me tell you what I got, Ocho.
Talk to me now. Talk to me. Wait, take your time. Go ahead.
I got 20 t-shirts.
Ooh.
You know, I got 20 t-shirts. You know, I like the Marvel characters, stuff like that. Iron Man, and Batman, and the Hulk and stuff like that. Get me what? Look at me.
Right. See, remember when I asked the chat and I told the chat on what I want for Christmas? I talked about my tank tops, my white tees, and my underwear from Hanes from Target.
Ash ain't give me no Christmas gift. What y'all got me? Y'all gave me. Christmas over with. What are you waiting for? My birthday? What's the most expensive Christmas gift you've given?
Oh my goodness, jewelry.
Yeah,
jewelry. You know
how much?
I can't even tell you the numbers because there's different pieces. You know, and it's kind of out of character for me.
How?
But you know, listen. Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how. Because you know, when it comes to me, you know, I ain't spending shit. But when it comes to a certain individual, you know, that came into my life at one point, I started acting out of character and doing things that weren't characteristic of the way I move and the way I spend. And that's I don't know how it happened. I don't know what happened to me, but that's it. You know, the numbers and there was no price that was too high.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy what happened.
I try to keep it under. I keep it under 30.
Yeah. 30,000. Yeah, that's a good number. That's a good number. That's a good number.
Wave 852, your Unc and Ocho, love the show. Been watching since the first episode debut. Y'all keep going, brother. Since being in a bad accident. Hold on. Y'all keep me going, brother, since being in a bad accident at the job. Wade, we're sorry to hear that, bro. Hopefully everything is healing up and you're back. You'll be back on your feet in no time. But we appreciate the support. We appreciate our loyal listeners and viewers, people that's been supporting Ocho and I from day one in the Nightcap family. So, bro, we're praying for you for a speedy recovery and thank you for your continued support.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mother Stickies. Hey, Unc and Ocho, can you give my newborn Mia Love a shout out? She's officially 20 days old. Mia, thank you. Our youngest Nightcap member, Mia, 20 days old. Why? Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Bang, bang. Please shout out my dad, Skipper Thomas. His birthday, he made 60 today, the 29th. I gifted him a bottle of Laportier and tickets to the New Orleans show. He's a prostate cancer survivor. Skipper!
Hey.
That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate that.
I'm going to see you, Skip.
Bang, bang. I appreciate you for the support. I, too, am a cancer survivor. So me and your dad have a lot in common. Hopefully you enjoy the cognac. I can promise you, you're going to enjoy both, the cognac and the show. Can't wait to see you there, Skip.
Oh, yeah.
Jay Taylor, my wife surprised me with tickets to the New Orleans show. I would like to upgrade them to VIP section. Is that possible? Ash? JT, reach out to the venue. I'm call them. No email. Just call them and tell them what you would like to do. I'm sure they can handle that. They can accommodate that. But thank you, bro. Thank you for coming. Gifted hands. Hey, Unc and Ocho, can I get a shout out for my new fiance and I? We got engaged on Christmas morning after 7.5 years of dating. Can't wait to see you guys in February. I'm Jalen. She's Janet. Okay. Gifted hands. Janet, congratulations. Jalen, congratulations to Jalen and Janet. They watch. They're going to be at the show. Can't wait to meet them. Newlyweds. Not engaged. Yeah. Newly engaged after 7.5 years. Bro, 7.5 years. You know Janet backwards and forwards. She knows you backwards and forwards. Glad you're taking that next step. Can't wait to meet you guys in New Orleans.
Yeah, I sure can't wait to make my next step.
Vivian, Ekimi, Unc and Ocho, do you guys ever read comments? Where you leave them at? On the bathroom wall? Hell nah. In the chat? Yeah, we read comments. I mean, we got people that go through and read the comments because we try and improve. If there's something that we need to improve, sometimes people need comments. Y'all need to do more of this, less of that. Of course. I know y'all like Mandy ads, but bro, that's how we pay the bills. I mean, y'all see all those commercials. What y'all think they do most of it? You see more commercials during the Super Bowl than the actual game. Somebody got to pay for that. So, yes, we do read commercials. What did you want to say? Is there something we can improve on? Something you'd like for us to do more, less like for us to do less? Sure. All we're trying to do is improve the show, give our viewing and listening audience the best show that we possibly can. Vaughn Reed said, Unc and Ocho, today is my birthday. Can I get a birthday shout out? Turned 31. Love you, boys. Vaughn, happy birthday, bro. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. I don't know what you did for your birthday. Hopefully you did something fun. I don't know. Hopefully you shook the covers for dark, because that's what I would have did on my birthday.
Yeah.
For dark. Shake them covers. I ain't talking about making no bed either.
I got a birthday coming up too.
When's your birthday?
On the 9th, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm on the 9th. What you think I should do for my birthday? Hey, chat, give me some idea, because I don't celebrate. I'm not in the parties. Don't put me in no environment with a whole lot of people. I say a prayer at 11:59. I'm good. I gave me a cigar and I gave me some coffee, and I'm good. I sit there and relax.
I'm trampolining at 11:58. 12:01. I'm done. I'm right on time. Okay, yep. That's what I got for you. That's all I got. Ocho, that's all I got. 11:58, 12:01.
Yeah. It sounds good. It's unfortunate, man. I'm still not in a position where I can partake in those activities, whether it be vertical or horizontal. So let's see what I can do.
Hey, you better get right. Get right. Dr. Frankie L. Bellamy. Hey guys, just checking in to say hello with the new year around the corner. What's the game plan for 2025? Any big resolutions or goals? Nope. My only resolution, I ain't chasing lies. I'm gonna let y'all have it. Whatever y'all say I am, whatever y'all say I did, whether it's intentional or unintentional, whatever you say, I'm done. My grandma told me that, said, boy, never chase a lie. I just know now. I just see it. I see what y'all write. When I don't comment, it go away. I ain't giving y'all no more content. Produce all the content you want, but you will not get me following up. I'm done. That's my only resolution. 24 was great for us. 24 was one of the best years. Yeah, I had some setbacks. Yeah, I had some ups and downs, but it's been one of the best years. 25 is going to be even better because it's gotten off. It's already gotten up to a great start. We got shows. We're going to have the tour. We better understand how to do the tours. It's going to be bigger and better. We're going to go to more cities, but that's it. That's my only resolution. I am not chasing a lie. So I let y'all say what all y'all say. I see it. Do I see it? If I don't see it, somebody send it to me. Lie. Yeah. I ain't chasing it though. I'm not going to respond to it. Go ahead, Ocho.
So my New Year's resolution is to not curse as much. I'm in therapy. I'm in counseling right now for my cursing. I like cursing, chat. You have to listen to me on why I like cursing. I feel that cursing is a sentence enhancer. It's no different than when you cook and you add seasoning, it gives it flavor. So if I say, Unc, you know what, Unc, man, you my dog, man. I love you, man. You see, that sound good. But if I say, hey, Unc, you know what, man, I fucking love you. there's a difference in meaning and delivery and the way you say things. That's why I think curse words are so important. But I think I'm gonna try to trim back on it a little bit. I'm gonna trim back on it a little bit. That. And that's my New Year's resolution.
All right, good luck with that. We're gonna get a lot of money. Black Ninja say, "What's up, Unc? This is my 4th room H-Town wink wink. Can you please give me a big shout out to my nephew Avery Helms, who graduated from TCU, Ash's alma mater. He is an amazing young man and a hell of a DB. We're all so proud." Number 24. Ocho.
Yo.
This is T4 room H-Town wink wink. So I guess you know who that is.
T4 wing 24. Shit, I don't know. But I don't know.
Well, he say he like wink wink like you know who he was, so I'm gonna take his word for it.
Oh, he played DB?
No, his nephew does. He graduated. He graduated from TCU.
Hey, Tennessee State. You talking about Tennessee State?
No, he went to Texas Christian.
Oh,
yeah. TCU. He said, I guess he had met you at Houston, at that room y'all went to.
Man, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I can't remember, man. You know, I got CT. I can't remember. I can't even remember shit from last week.
Well, tell your nephew, congratulations, bro. Graduating.
Well, nephew, I said, what's up?
That's a big accomplishment, graduating from college.
Yes, sir.
No. How you figure? Can you please give a big shout out to my nephew, Avery Helms, who graduated from TCU, Ash's alma mater. He's an amazing young man at DB. I guess he's like, he met you because he's like, wink, wink.
Oh, okay. I don't. You shouldn't put a wink in there. That kind of threw me off a little bit.
He said this is T from. But no, I'm trying to. How does 4 come in? I guess he's T from. I guess he's saying he's T from H-Town. Do you know any T from H-Town?
Nah. I mean, I probably do. I don't know. I can't see a face, so it's hard when you don't have a face, to give you a better understanding of who it is.
Well, hell, if you saw his face, obviously you know who it was, Ocho, but you can't see his face right now.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Lord have mercy.
Ain't nothing I can do with that there, But listen, I love you. I love you, homie, whoever you are.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. I salute you. Congratulations to your nephew. Take a nephew. He can't cover me. He couldn't cover me in my prime. He couldn't cover me when I was born, and he can't cover me now. Let him know that. And if he wants some smoke, let me know. I'll come down to Houston with my cleats.
Avery, you could cover Ocho. That concludes this edition of Nightcap. Thank you guys for joining us. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that like button and go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. Y'all know me. I'm your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe. He is the Liberty City legend, being a Ring of Fame honoree, the Pro Bowler, the All-Pro. That's Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Thank you guys for your support in 24. Continue support in 25. You started this thing off September 23, and you've been so good to Ocho and I and all the Nightcap family. We can't thank you enough. Hopefully that continues in 25. Make sure you check out Shea by Laportier. We have it in stock. The holidays celebrate. We want to make sure you have a joyous end of 24, into 25. What better way to do that than with a bottle of Shea by Laportier? If you can't find a bottle in a city or a state near you, order it and we'll ship it directly to your door. So you had an opportunity to celebrate starting in 25 and in beyond. Please drink responsibly. Check out my media company on all of its platforms. That's Shay Shay Media, and my clothing company, 84, with 84 being spelled out. Our newest release just dropped last month. We got t-shirts, sweats, as well as stocking stuffers such as beanies and koozies and mugs. Quantities are limited, so please make sure you grab yours while supplies last. Everyone should have received their orders by now. Monday, Tuesday, holiday was on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Hopefully you've received what you've ordered. It was to your liking. And, just jump in the chat and let us know. We appreciate that. Tickets for the Super Bowl show in New Orleans, our first spring tour stop, are on sale now. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. February 6th in New Orleans. Be there. You don't want to miss it. Got some great guests lined up for you already. We've been nominated for 2 Sports Podcast Awards, Best American Football Podcast and Best Sports Comedy Podcast. Please go vote for us. The link is at the top in the chat, pinned on our social pages and in our social bios. Ocho, the Commanders needed overtime, but they got it done. They walk it off. Jayden Daniels hit Zach Ertz for a touchdown as they win 30-24. Daniels was 24 of 36, 227 and 3 touchdowns. Michael Penix Jr., 19 of 35, 223 and 1 touchdown and an interception in a losing effort. The Vikings defeated the Packers 27-25. And now they put themselves in position to be the number 1 seed with a win over Detroit last game of the season. What else we got here? Eagles clinched the NFC East title. Saquon Barkley he went over 2,000 yards. He now has 2,005 with 101 rush yards on Sunday against the Giants. Saquon Barkley will have the greatest rushing single season in NFL history, breaking Eric Dickerson's record of 2,105 set in 1984. As they crushed the Cowboys 41-7. Who else did this? The Bills defeated the Jets 40-14. Aaron Rodgers had one of his worst days. Giants played themselves out of the number 1 overall pick with a 45-33 victory over the Indianapolis Colts. But the guy said, we don't care about the number 1 pick. We try to set a culture. We're trying to win. We'll let the front office worry about that. The Dolphins kept their slim playoff hopes alive with a 20-3 victory over the Cleveland Browns. Now they need to win and get some help. The Raiders won back-to-back games for the first time this season with a 25-10 victory over the New Orleans Saints. But the story, Brock Bowers set an NFL record for the most receiving yards by a tight end in his rookie season, most catches by a tight end in his rookie season, has a outside chance to break the NFL record held by Zach Ertz of 116 catches. Brock Bowers now has 108 with 9 catches. He'll have the single season record. Bucks defeated the Panthers 48-14 behind a 350-plus yard passing day and 5 touchdowns by Baker Mayfield. They run roughshod over the Carolina Panthers. That concludes Nightcap. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow night after the 49ers and the Lions matchup. I'm Unc. He's Ocho. We'll see you tomorrow.
Mañana.